What's up, y'all? Jeffery at Jeffery TV, coming to you live from my non-standard default walking route. I know I got the sun behind me. Hopefully they give a scenic, panoramic, artsy kind of feel to it, which I doubt it will. But anyway, I just want to throw this on. Happy Friday. Looks like I made it through another week. And that sounds a little bit too dramatic, but what I meant was another week without taking a day off, because I was on a kick where, I was in a different place. I was in a different place. I think I might have needed to get quote unquote healthy in a few areas, make a few adjustments. And I guess that's one of the things I want to talk about. But what I wanted to say was another week where I didn't take a full day off. I took an hour and a half off yesterday. I worked from 11 to 5, 6 hours, and took 1.5 hours to PTO, because if you work 6 hours, you don't have to take a lunch. So I just worked the 6 hours and only have to take 1.5 hours of PTO to watch the Steeler game, in which they won. They won ugly. Another thing I was going to say about this, about the Steelers, is that I never talk about the Steelers. You notice I never talk about the Steelers, and I think the reason is because I watch so many podcasts and so many, podcasts. I wouldn't say shows, because I don't really watch the ESPN shows and those. And there's shows, but they're on YouTube, and they're like not syndicated, but they're podcasts. And I watch so many of them. I probably get my fill of Steeler discussion, but maybe I should start doing that. But anyhow, the reason I cut this on, I was saying that I might be in a healthier place or a better spot is, and I haven't had to take a day off of work, a whole day off, because there was a couple of days I'd get in there, I'd even get up, go on my walk, and by the time I got back home, I was like, I can't do it. I'm just not motivated to do a work day. The world is better off with me. I take that back. I am better off just keeping myself away from the public. That way I don't have to deal with the ramifications of such encounters that may or may not happen. And I'm thinking to this, here's what I want to cut this on for. This is kind of quirky. I'm going to try to get it out, and I said it before. When I used to get up, you know how you get up and you're kind of cloudy and you really don't want to get up? I used to concentrate and focus so hard on it that I think it made it worse and would give me a headache. I would be like frowned up, like so just trying to fight it or put tension on it or combat that feeling, like I could hold it down, like I could suppress it by tensing up, or I don't know what the word is, just tensing up is the only word I can think of, but I bet you if I Google I find out. And recently, last couple of weeks or so, I've been training myself or practicing not to push against it, not to like fight against it or push against it, to just let it go. I don't know what this is. Can you see it? Just to kind of, not let it go. Yeah, just to kind of let it go, and don't put pressure or focus on it against it. Just let my body relax, let my shoulder relax. And one thing I did notice, when I do it, I walk faster. My pace speeds up, because I'll get tense up my whole body. Just like, okay, we can't like I'm trying to go against this drowsy feeling or this feeling that, you don't want to wake up or whatever that is. And I also notice too, I do that sometimes when I stand up. If I'm sitting down for a long time and I stand up, I feel that I need to tense up and put pressure on, some kind of internal pressure on my body to stabilize it. When I don't, I just stand up, and just walk and just be, relaxed. I was like, oh, okay. And I think that might have been why I was getting headaches. I do it so much to the point where it was giving myself headaches. So now I kind of wake up, and not only that, my mood is better, I feel better, my energy is definitely lighter, and it makes the day go a lot easier. Well, yeah, it definitely makes the day go a lot easier if I don't get a headache. And I don't wake up with that internal pressure. I don't know what the word is. I guess I could probably Google it, and I'm sure somebody has, talked about it or thought about it. Maybe it'd be a clinical thing for it. But see, like, even how even when I catch myself walking by people, I like, how you get that little, like, not frown, but it look like you're concentrating or look like you're aware. I deliberately check my eyebrows, just to take that off my face. I mean, just to relax it. It's almost out of like politeness when you walk by somebody. You look at that look like, I'm concentrating on what we're trying to do here, or whatever. I even stopped doing that. Just relax. The shoulders, I can feel myself relax up in here, Just let the shoulders drop, and just don't tense up, and just breathe. I caught myself doing that when I get out of bed. It's like, no. You ain't gotta do all that. Just take a breath, relax, and stand up straight. It's still, I don't have to put all that into it. I think that's what it is. I guess I don't have to strain. Strain might be the word. I don't have to strain all that much. You can just relax and just, be normal. And the act of putting all this emphasis on it, or strain or pressure or tension against it, is making it worse. So I'm coming up on my turnaround point because I had to make a stop, and I got a routine for that even. I had to make a stop, and then I keep walking. And during this route, my non-default route, I walk past all electronics. All electronics has been a part of my life for over 20 years, probably. 20 years, maybe even more. Electronic surplus place. I mean, I love electronics. I always have ever since I was young. Yep, time to turn around. All right, I killed that. Okay, it looked like it stopped, so I started it again. But I was saying all electronics closed. This place has been a major part of my life. I might be being over dramatic, but I might not be. But it's played a big part of my life for decades. Electronic surplus store in walking distance. Good prices, good people working in there. Real cool cats, nerdy, geeky, of course, real cool. I walk in there, they got a little shrine up to the Steelers. Of course, it was about how much they hate the Steelers, but still, it's good to see the squad get recognized. I mean, it's just all electronics right there. Walking distance to my house. I would stop in there and just browse. And true, a lot of this stuff you can get cheaper. Amazon, eBay, delivered to your house. You even got to get out of bed. But there was something about going in there, browsing, and again, it was surplus. So it was like all kinds of nicks and knacks and odds and ends. This is and that is, and just, yeah, solenoids, and relays, and transistors. They had all kinds of stuff. I mean, just microphones, parts off equipment. They had oscillators that didn't work, but it was nice to see. It reminded me of my electronic school days back in high school. And yeah, back in high school. I don't think, yeah, and at DeVry, the oscillators and wave generators, oscilloscopes, and all that. You know, and the smell of it, and you know, it wasn't all new and shiny, just like just wooden floors and just, you know, the feel of it and everything. Just walking in there, heat shrink tubing, headphones, microphones, cabling. Oh, all my cables and plugs I used to get there. Oh my God. Oh my God, the cables and plugs. Just walk in there, get my 1/4-inch female, a 1/4-inch male, a 1/4-inch male to male, 25-foot XLR audio cables. See, back in the day, when everything was audio, when everything was RCA audio cables, we had to get those patch cables. You know, I used to get them all from there. I had to throw dozens of them away because we don't use them anymore. You know, that kind of technology is done. So I throw dozens of them away. Or I put them in, you know, Goodwill or something. I might put them out for somebody to pick up, but that's where, you know, I got them from. I go in there and get a 25-foot RCA cable and plugs, and my jacks, and repair equipment. Then I just sometimes go in there and just buy junk stuff that I know I probably never use. I think last time I bought a magnifier, a hand magnifier, and I bought a stand-up magnifier. Just, you know, just buying stuff. They had some really good stuff in it too. They had like a traffic light, and they had some really bigger stuff that, you know, like neon signs and stuff. But that was my spot. Walked past there today, said they're permanently closed. And you know, we kind of knew it. I mean, you kind of knew it was coming. You walk in there, you see their inventory, you see this, you see that, and you see a lack of people in there. And you wonder how they surviving. I mean, first it was Radio Shack, then it was Fry's Electronics, and then now this is it. And I mean, it's a thing. You know, it's definitely a thing. Sad for me. For anybody else, it would be sad. I don't quite look at it as being a sad thing. I look at it as a part of, you know, the way life happens. Sad it wouldn't make me sad. It would make me, if anything, anxious to replace it, or determined to replace it, or something like that. It wouldn't make me sad. Sad's not the word. Sad is not the emotion that I would go to. It would be like, okay, we gotta get this fixed. What we gonna do? We turn up. Do I gotta call somebody? Do we gotta get this place back open up? What's the alternative? You know, is it online? Because it did say only the, you know, store was closed permanently. So is it online? You know, this or that? Is this place I can go? Is there a replacement? That's where my emotions would go. I wouldn't go to sad. But it's definitely a thing, you know. And I hadn't been going there that much lately because, like I said, everything is eBay or eBay. Oh my God! And even Amazon is catching up to eBay now. eBay, I like eBay because it seems like you're getting it right from regular people. And I like refurbished, half-broken stuff. I don't mind getting something that's used or whatever, dealing with, you know, private sellers, I guess. But I guess it's probably the same thing on Amazon. But Amazon looks all shiny and new. Yeah, I'm a consolidated kind of guy. If you're from Youngstown, you know what consolidated is. It was like a hardware slash department store. I don't know what it was. My father loved that store. It was gritty. They had tools. They had clothes. It was just a gritty, like, not a basement kind of thing, but they did have a basement. I used to love going to Consolidated, just looking around, seeing stuff. It was my kind of store. I never really was a JCPenney guy. JCPenney, but JCPenney catalog now. Stop it. Christmas catalog, stop it. That was the ultimate. JCPenney Christmas catalog was the ultimate. And, you know, I never was that. We had Robert Hall's, Kitty Shoes. We had to go get our clothes and stuff. Treasure Island was kind of fun because it was kind of a department store. Zayre's and Hills Hills was fun because they had slushies and popcorn. And Zares came around, stuff like that. Then out here, was there electronic stores out here? I used to do the Leo's Car Stereo. There used to be a bunch of car stereo places in Pasadena, at Rosemead in Colorado, in that area. that I used to go to. I think Owls, I look through the LA Weekly or whatever. You see what car stereos, he's back in the car stereos. And that really wasn't too much electronics. Pomona swap meet. Look at my computers every now and then. I think I got a computer or two from them. Pomona swap meet. Because back when we used to build our own computers. The thing was to build them and to get into it, and get the CPU, motherboard, and go through all that. Where some people still do that, but nowadays it's just cheaper just to go ahead and buy one already built, because they're all so powerful now that you'll get what you need out of the box. And so that's what I've been doing. Some people still build them, because some people really, that's the fun part. It's like me doing this my OBS studio thing, in the surplus store. I just like building it. I like building it. It may not be the most efficient. It may not be get the best quality, but I built it. I just enjoy building it. And I like doing it on the cheap. And my father liked going to Consolidated. I just enjoy it. I enjoy that struggle of finding the best price. Even though it may cost me more, in the end, the pleasure I get from going through that is well worth it. Then every now and then you nail one. You say, oh, look at this. I got this brand refurbished, blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting the same performance or comparable performance to something that, I would have paid maybe 3 times more. And also too, it's a fun edge, because sometimes, and I say this with my Mevo cameras, and my Mevo cameras seem to be the standard for this. I paid $300 a piece for them damn cameras, and they work. They just work. They just work. I take them, I hook them up my house. I hook up the OBS. I'm switching cameras all over my living room, getting it recorded. They connect. I take them, cut them off, put them in my suitcase, take them to my mother's, turn them on, they connect and just start working. Just no bullshit, Sometimes, and like I paid $300, I probably could have found a cheaper way to do it. But these things are reliable and they just work. The technology works. And I think about that. Just go ahead and spend some money sometimes. Get something to work. You ain't gotta be fooling with it. Well, another thing I would say, would be with the NFL Network, watching my Steelers. I tried IPTV. Google it, IPTV, where you can get like hundreds of thousands of channels for like $30 a month. And it works. It worked. It worked to a point. But when it came to game time, and I needed for my Steelers to be on TV and not to be janking around or doing this or doing that, it wasn't worth it to me. I went ahead and paid I was ready to pay premium. I was ready to pay that $400 a year NFL ticket to guarantee that when I wake up at 9:55 and I cut that damn thing on, I'll see my Steelers on TV without having to jump through a bunch of hoops or worry about this, worry about that. But of course, I don't know if you heard the story that somehow YouTube TV, which required an NFL ticket, allowed me to sign up with the student discount, so I only paid like $120 for this year NFL ticket, which is a steal. As soon as I did it, I told everybody. I was at work, in the social chat at work. I was like, I just got an NFL Sunday ticket for $120. Let me get it for the student discount. So, that was fun. But I would have paid premium for that. Because some things you just don't, you want to have the assuredness that it's going to work. You don't want to have to worry about this or that or that or this. But And that's what come back to all the electronics. That was my spot. I go in there, tinker and I can get this and make this do that. Or I can get that, I can get this. And some of the things there though were like immediately needed. Specialty and immediately needed, Like if we're doing a recording session and I need a plug or a jack or a cable, I was able to run over there and get it, right then, right there, pick it up at a good price, and get back. I took my buddy there one time, Mark, keyboard player, I took him there one time, and, he said, saw cable, he was getting into it, see where he can build up his, set up his studio, all of that, there's all just different stuff, different stuff to make it real. And that's what it's about. Just having that opportunity to go and find stuff that you can use to build your studio when you need it, when you need to grab it, when you need that one part. I should run. God dang it. I should run. I don't feel like it. I ain't gonna make it. I can still make it, but I ain't. So that's what that's about. That's what that's about. See, he made it. He ran across. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna chill. Take some time. Anyway, so all electronics is gone, and I'm getting ready for weekend. My cousin coming in. Cousin and twins coming in. Picked them up from LAX tonight. Go to my undisclosed location. Hang out there for the weekend. Come back Monday. Steelers played yesterday. They won, so they won't be playing this weekend. Then next Friday, back to LAX again. I love the life. I do. I love the life. There's no doubt about it. I love the life. I'm gonna act like, I'm gonna act like I don't. I'm gonna act like it's a burden. I'm gonna act like, this or that. But I love the life. I do. I love the life. The life I built pretty much exactly the way I want it to be. So I guess I got it's not that I ain't got no choice to like it, because I'm human. You can give me exactly what I asked for to the T, and I still don't have to like it, because I'm human. There's no logic. It doesn't have to be logic. We're allowed to override logic and truth. And that's the beauty of it. We are allowed to we can override logic and truth and make it real. Even when it ain't, or even if it ain't. And we're allowed to delude ourselves. We're allowed to believe in things that aren't necessarily correct, or whatever correct means. The fact that we can deem something correct or not correct. We give meaning to some things and other things we don't. All of that, all of that is part of it. All of that is part of the beauty of being human. The beauty of it. I think with this, I don't think I can flip it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Trying to see what I can do with this thing. I don't know if I can flip it when it's like this, but that's okay. I guess. I guess it's okay. With the new app I got. Maybe I can figure out how. What is this right here? Let me see what this is. Nope, not doing nothing. Anyhow, I'll figure it out later. Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the phone. For every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom in this or any universe that ever was, is, or will be, from that first crystal radio set I got from Christmas, it turned me on to electronics, to the all electronics store, surplus store that I just saw is closing, the Radio Shacks, the Lafayette Electronics, the Heath Kits, the fried electronics, the docks, radios, and TVs, all my electronic stores, associates, life, I don't know why I threw that in there, I'm just talking now. Anyhow, it's about the totality of it all, y'all. A theory of universe. An hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.